Hey, Coach, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you, Kaylee. Go ahead.
Great, we'll get started with questions, and John will have our first question.
Hey, Sean, John Warrow, AP.
Hi, John.
You've talked a lot about scar tissue and the benefits of having scar tissue. How much do you think the adversity of the memory of losing in Kansas City a year ago and just the adversity that this team has gone through and overcome this season might help you guys going into this weekend?
Well, I think that's something you build through experiences, and some of that you try and lean on as you try and continue to grow forward.
Do you think this team has built some of that up, or how eager are you to see what this team has built up as far as scar tissue goes?
Yeah, I just think you don't like scar tissue at the time, but as you go through it, if you handle it the right way, it can help you, down the road. And so, we'll just see where this week goes.
And just going back to Micah Hyde, and in fact, and him and Jordan, but Micah Hyde's interception as a former safety, what was it like seeing that interception, and just how much Jordan and Micah have, I guess, maybe validated the faith and trust you put into them in making them, two key pieces to your team when you first got here?
Yeah, they've done everything that we've asked, and they've gone above and beyond, really. And two class acts off the field, and their leadership and their play on the field, most importantly, has been outstanding.
And that interception?
Yeah, I mean, that interception was one of the top plays of our season, really. I know you want me to say that they watched I showed them tape of me playing and all that type of stuff, but I wish I could say that, but I can't take the credit. Our Bobby Babbage, the safeties coach, and Jordan and Micah, they've got a very close relationship, and they've all done an outstanding job.
Thanks, Sean.
Sure.
Coach Mookie Hawkins, Ruffalo Sports 1080. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, after watching, what are you eating there, man?
Trying to get a little snack in here before practice because Derek makes me. I'm on his to-do list, I guess.
Absolutely, you got to get those nutrients in, right, Coach? But after watching tape, how much is eye discipline in assignment football to you? How important is that?
Yeah, it's huge to playing good defense. Discipline overall as a football team. Discipline with eyes, discipline with feet. That's key.
Absolutely. And last year, after the AFC Championship game, you told me some of the advantages that Kansas City had was size, speed, and physicality. Now, we know what Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill could do, but Kansas City quick game with guys like Pringle, Hartman, and now Jared McKinnon. How physical must this defense be at the point of attack concerning their quick game, Coach?
Yeah, their quick game is lethal because they can turn a 2-yard catch, screen into a big play, into a 70-yard touchdown because of the speed that they have on offense. So just an overwhelming amount of weapons on that side of the ball, just to name that side of the ball. But I think Brett Veach has done a great job of putting together a balanced roster, because when you look at special teams in their return game, their kicking game, and then obviously the defense and what they've done with that defensive line this season as well.
No doubt, Coach. Tell that guy over there on your left side I said hello, and good luck this week.
All right. Thanks.
Good morning, Sean. Dan Fates in Rochester. I know you've had dozens of playoff appearances, but this being your 7th postseason game as head coach, how has your approach, mindset, preparation maybe changed since 2017 when you were in Jacksonville?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think because of experience, it's changed. I would say it's tweaked a little bit. And then because of the teams being different every year, it's changed just a little bit as well. It's always just trying to give your team the best chance to play at their best. And I think that's the same this week with our game against the Chiefs.
And I don't know if you heard, but yesterday Andy Reid compared winning the Super Bowl to getting to eat a piece of chocolate cake, and that he's still hungry to get another piece of chocolate cake. I was wondering what your food analogy would be to winning a Super Bowl.
I'll just focus on winning this week. Let's just keep it 1 week at a time. But just, yeah, I mean, on a lighter moment, I guess, I'd appreciate a big chocolate milkshake. How about that?
I appreciate it, Sean. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Good morning, Sean. Last game against Kansas City, you didn't blitz one time, not one 5-man pressure the whole game. Do you ever remember a game where you didn't have to dial up one? And just can you comment on the dangerousness of Mahomes when he extends plays?
Yeah. Again, it goes back to talking about the weapons they have. He's so dangerous in the pocket. He's so dangerous when he extends plays out of the pocket. Andy does such a great job. Andy and Eric, the enemy, do such a great job in being creative with how they, change looks offensively. And then also in the run game with their run game has been, at a high level the last couple of weeks here. And so they're a tough offense to stop, Mark. And, that's why we've got to have a good week of practice and get a big challenge in front of us that way.
And then lastly for me, they got a chance to they've been here before if they win, it'll be 4 years in a row at home for the AFC Championship game for them. You guys, you've been there before too. What do you think about kind of the psychological benefit of players of having been there and done it? In other words, not that you beat them there once. Now that doesn't mean anything this week, but what do you think about the psychological benefit of players having been there, done that?
Yeah, I just think overall, Mark, we just got to keep knocking. We got to keep knocking at the door. And they're a really, really good football team that's, obviously been world champions of late and went back. Last season. So we got to keep, we're a good football team. And I believe, and we just got to keep knocking.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good morning, Sean. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning. Yep. Sal, thank you. Hope you are.
I am. I want to talk about, if I could, losing Tre'Davious when you did. You look back at the games you've played since he's been out, and I know you clearly miss him, but the numbers don't reflect that. The numbers reflect that you haven't really missed him at all. Can you just tell us a little bit of how your team has been so able to overcome such a big loss and play as well as you have in the secondary?
Yeah, I can tell you we missed Trey out there. Dane and Levi have done a tremendous job, and I think just overall, the guys have come together as a team and played good team defense. In Trey's absence.
Do you think that Levi Wallace in particular, Sean? I mean, we've talked about it a million times, but I know it's old ground. But did he in particular maybe take that, the loss of Trey as something that he really had to step into that number one role for you?
Well, I think Levi, along with the entire secondary, has taken that as a challenge and embraced that challenge. It's never about one guy, whether it's Trey or Levi, and I just think it's about the overall team, the overall unit, in this case the defense, and so we've got to continue to play like that, in Trey's absence, and take our game to another level, as you said.
Okay, thanks, Sean.
Sure.
Hey, Sean, it's Kim Jones. I think I'm next. Can you hear me?
I got you, Kim. Yep. Good to see you.
Thanks so much. Wondering what Devin Singletary showed you in, mid to late December and now since, that really kind of turning a season around and becoming a real playmaker.
Yeah, I think he's gotten into a good rhythm, Kim. when you get the touches, you're able to build up, some lather there and a rhythm, and having the continuity we've had of late with the offensive line has helped as well. So I guess just the overall symmetry of the offense, pass to run, run to pass, and then the execution of that has been good to see.
I like symmetry of the offense. I'm gonna borrow that. Thanks so much, John.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Kim. Is that it?
More, Kaylee? Oh, gotcha. Hey, Sean, sorry about that. Josh Reed here. That's good. I gave you a second to grab a bite to eat real quick. Josh Allen's best games this year have been against the playoff teams that are in the postseason right now. I think he's 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions against those teams. How have you seen him kind of develop into that quarterback that not only relishes those big games and those big moments, but also succeeds, when the spotlight's the brightest?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's part of Josh's evolution. When you're improving your game, those games come, right? They come not only from the standpoint of who's on the schedule or who you face in the playoffs, but the way Josh has improved his game all season with Jordan Palmer, and then in season with us, Coach Dable, Coach Dorsey. I mean, those games come. And now I'm talking games that, in terms of the stats, they come, and they come against good teams as well. So it's never easy, and it's never perfect. But you continue to work, and he's done a tremendous job of putting in the time.
A quick follow-up, Sean, and this isn't just about Josh. You've been around amazing players. What is it about them? What is that trait that makes the good ones great when it's all on the line?
Yeah, I think it's a burning desire to be the best. Simply put, it's a burning desire to be the best, and not just the week of the game or on game day, running out of the tunnel on game day. It's the process, going back to the off season. Like they always say, when nobody's watching, what are you doing? And that's where the results are built.